Hey everyone, Draco Magnius here for another episode of Let's Play Ni no Kuni. Bonus episode of Let's Play Ni no Kuni. I am never gonna get that right, am I? In the last bonus episode, we took on all of the Magimechs around the world, the Magimech Masters, and then Calf and his two other soldiers that were with him, to finally put them to rest. In this bonus episode, we're going to be checking out the Rip Room at the Crypt Casino, because I think we'll be able to get in there now. And also, we're going to probably go and see what Horace is doing around here. So, let's jump on in. Ah, there you are, Mr. Oliver. I've been looking all over for you. For me? That's right. There's something I've been wanting to give you. Your very own Rip Pass. And Rip Pass? Okay, that is bad grammar. It would be a Rip Pass, because it's R. Learn your grammar, Oliver! You know how much your patronage is valued here at the Crypt Casino, Mr. Oliver. This Rip Pass is just our way of saying thanks. Mwahaha! It'll grant you access to the myriad of delights of the Rip Room. Please take it. A Rip Pass? For me? I'm not sure I should be accepting this. What do you want about Mun? Course you flippin' should. It's not every day someone invites you into their Rip Room, you know. Yeah, I guess. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Skeleton. The door to the Rip Room is on your right. Please go ahead and see what it has to offer. I'm quite sure you will find the experience memorable. You've obtained a Rip Pass. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway, in regards to Rip Room, before we actually go in there. I'm the cashier. If you want to exchange cash for chips or chips for prizes, I'm your man. You will notice, whoop, wrong one, that the S rank is finally open and we get these tickets. They unlock, air quotes, certain movies in the Rip area's Memo-Vision Theater. It's basically a way to watch all the cutscenes. Maybe I'll make a bonus episode where I show off all of the cutscenes in order, make it into like a movie format. But these are all the prices for them. I think it breaks down to like 75,000 chips to get there, which should not be hard if you're playing Platoon. I got 28,000 right now, so I can't buy it now, but hey, it's something we can do in the future. Anyway, let's go check out the Rip Room. See what's going on in there, how it looks. Looks like you got yourself an official Rip Pass. In you come, then. Alright. That's right, I'm a really important person. I'm pretty sure that's what Rip means for Rip Room. Oh, it looks nice in here. Hello, miss. Welcome to the Rip Room, where a range of movies have been prepared exclusively for the viewing pleasure of our most esteemed guests. In order to expand the range of movies available, you will need to acquire certain special tickets that can be won here at the casino. There are 4 tickets to collect: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Different ticket types allow you to view different movies. Why not try and collect every available ticket and watch them all? When you're ready to watch a movie, take a seat over there. Enjoy the show. So basically, what's new at the casino is you've won the chance to win the chance to get a seat to watch a movie. We did it. We've gotten the opportunity to possibly win a chance to see something. Yay. That's all the Rip Room is. I just wanted to show you that. And I genuinely wanted to take a look inside. Because, like I mentioned at the beginning of this, I originally watched Nintendo Capri Sun's Let's Play of this, and he never walked in. Well, he walked in the room, discovered what it was, cut that out of the video, and never showed it. I wanted to see what it looked like. Now we know. And like I said, maybe I'll do a bonus episode where we watch all the movies. But for now, we have to say hello to Horace, so I'll be right back. Alright, here we are. What do you have to tell us, Horace? Where is Spirit Medium? Thank you for coming, Oliver. This valley has changed so much. It was once a place of beauty, awash with flowers of every color. No matter. What is done is done. Now let me continue my tale. The Wizard King ascended the throne, and won great renown as a just ruler, treating all his subjects equally, be they human or otherwise. They in turn repaid him by rallying round their new monarch, and together they rebuilt the ruined realm more swiftly than any had thought possible. So he got all the beasties pulling their weight too, did he? Never knew that, mun. Nice! Indeed, the Wizard King truly was a man like no other. It was then that with the kingdom It was then, with the kingdom all but rebuilt, that he chose 3 servants from among his subjects. A swashbuckling sea captain to represent the race of men, a great wolf to represent the animals, and the serpent lord to represent the creatures. Each was wholly devoted to his master, and did all that the Wizard King asked, except for the Serpent King. He was a douchebag, apparently, according to Prince Ali's story. But I guess he also followed the Wizard King, so, I mean, I don't know if that makes it better, but at the very least, hey, he wasn't a total douche. Just hungry, I guess. But of the 3, the Serpent Lord was the wisest, and also the biggest dick. And the most committed to his master's cause. Again, kind of contradicting another story we heard, but let's leave that alone for now. He was known as the King of Cobras, and what a mind he had. Ah, to think of how he was then. This seems as good a time as any for your next question. You've encountered these 3 servants on your travels, but do you recall the name of the mighty snake you faced? A pep, I think. I'm sure listening to me will have served to jog your memory. Speak to me again when you have your answer. I'm pretty sure it was a pep, but I'm gonna check the creature compendium just to be sure. He'd be genus nobila. Where's the boss? Okay, this is where our bosses start. What was this one's name anyway? Molton! I had forgotten for such a long time. Great Duck, Gladiator, Rusty, Bashura, blah blah blah. I was right, a pep. A-A-P-E-P. I needed the spelling more than anything. Do you have the answer, Oliver? That is correct. Though the 3 servants achieved so much, their reward was to be chased without dignity from the kingdom. Wait, what? Though the 3 servants achieved so much, their reward was to be chased without dignity from the kingdom they had helped build. Why? I don't... What? Okay. But perhaps that's a tale for another day. Yes, we will continue our tale in the very ruins where you faced a pep. I will tell you of how the Wizard King's 3 most loyal servants were driven to the path of evil. Oh, okay. So Pep wasn't a douche. He was only a douche after the fact. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry I stepped all over your story there, Horace. Until then, Oliver. It's amazing you can use travel in places like this. I have to use vacate to get out of here. Well, on to, Vault of Tears. Well, here we are in a Pep's room. Let's, speak to Horace once more to learn what exactly happened to the Wizard King's most trusted servants. Almost there. There we go. Spirit Medium. Thank you for coming, Oliver. Shall we continue our tale? I said I would tell you how the 3 keepers were driven from the kingdom, how they became evil. Below the king, At the head of the Nazcan government sat the Council of 12, a group of lords known as the Zodiacs. They were responsible for the day-to-day running of the kingdom, and were supposed to be the ruler's closest advisors. But the Wizard King's rise to prominence was a source of consternation for the council, who feared his great power and the loyalty he commanded among the keepers. And so, as soon as Nazca was rebuilt and stability restored, the Zodiacs conspired to assassinate him, and their conspiracy was a success. Well, that explains how he died so early. That's horrible! With the Wizard King eliminated, the council had complete control over the kingdom. The king's infant heir, Queen Cassiopeia, became no more than a puppet. But she wasn't an infant yet. She was like a toddler, it seemed. To compound their villainy, the council successfully implicated the keepers in the assassination, and they were banished from Nazca. Apep lost all faith in humanity, and soon the power of the stone in his possession began to corrupt him, transforming him at last into a servant of evil. Indeed, it was he who reduced this once great city to ruins as you see before you now. That's bad-like, but you've got to feel sorry for him, ain't it? Being framed for murdering your mate would be enough to make anyone go off the rails. Perhaps. But Apep possessed great wisdom. None could have predicted that he would suffer such a spectacular fall from grace. Speaking of predictions, yes, open the book. You mean the Wizard's Companion? I do. As you may or may not know, its authors were able to see into the future. Turn to the final page. A prophecy is written there. A prophecy of what would become of a certain individual. That person's name, too, is hidden there. Can you discover their identity? This puzzle is much like life. You must start at the bottom and work your way to the top. Do not forget to begin at the beginning, of course. The solution is not a simple one, but a worthy wizard will see the heart of the problem. I'm sure there was a hint in there, but I have no idea what he's on about. Alright, let's go to the final page. The prophecy that we covered. There doesn't appear to be any highlighted letters. I mean, I could take a shot in the complete dark here and say that it's Oliver, because I'm pretty sure that was my guess when I originally read this, that this prophecy here is about Oliver. I mean, I don't see any, like, footnotes or anything that would say otherwise. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark here and see if it's worth it. Do you have the answer, Oliver? No, that's not it. Okay, well, Puzzle is much like life. Must start at the bottom, work your way to the top, not forgetting to begin at the beginning. Need to not read too much into what is written on the page. In fact, you can ignore almost every letter of it. What? Excuse me? Can ignore almost every letter of it. Start from the bottom, but remember to begin at the top? Uh-huh. Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to look up how to find the answer. I'm hoping not I mean, it's probably going to spoil what the answer is first, but I'm going to try and work my way around it so I can figure out how to solve this. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Unfortunately, what I looked up was just the answer, which I feel is cheating, and I am upset about it. But I glanced at it, and I have no choice. It'll tell me how you come to this answer. I guess it's P. That is correct. Perhaps one day the people of this world will see that the White Witch had nothing but the best of intentions. But first, she must make amends for what she did. Despair is no excuse. I guess you're right. I remember when she was a kind little girl who loved flowers above all else. Well, that explains why that was her plan at the end. But that is a story for another time. If you're interested, I plan to visit the cave that lets one see into the past. I wish to see the old Cassiopeia once more. There's a cave that lets you see into the past? You've not heard of it? I'm certain that it is mentioned in that book of yours. When you've discovered its location, and come and gaze into the past with me. Until then, Oliver. Oliver, what are you, forgetful or something? We actually saw that happen. We saw Alicia talking to Marcuson and Swain's father. Glittering Grotto. Jeez. Dummy? Meh. Alright, here we are. Now, before we talk to him, I looked and read the prophecy again. I think he was asking who the prophecy was talking about. Which, I mean, you'd think it'd be obvious just from how he said it, but no, I feel like it's speaking to Oliver. And that's why I thought he was the answer. But when it mentions the Queen in her ivory tower, yeah, it's talking about P, obviously, because P is Cassiopeia, and etc., etc. Anyway, where is Spirit Medium? I've been waiting for you, Oliver. Shall we continue our tale? Flowers always held a special significance for the people of the kingdom of Nazca. They were seen as sacred symbols of peace and hope. Queen Cassiopeia loved nothing in the world more than flowers, and her every free moment was spent tending to her garden. Her castle was always bursting with color, with beautiful bright flowers of every imaginable hue. Cassiopeia grew to be a splendid, spirited young woman, everything her father could have wished for, and all that I had always hoped she would become. Huh? So you knew Queen Cassiopeia when she was growing up? I did. I knew her from when she was a mere babe in arms. But I digress. Let's talk of flowers and gardens. It reminds me, you have a wand made from an old stick, rather, do you not? Oh, you mean the wand P gave me? That wand was a gift from the Wizard King, and I to young Cassiopeia. It was? Jeepers! On it we engraved our most deeply held wish for the princess's future. Ah, it was so long ago. You know what? I want to reread that because I fumbled all over it, and that's kind of a emotional line. On it we engraved our most deeply held wish for the princess's future. Ah, it was so long ago. I wish to hear those words again. Tell me, Oliver, what does it say? If I remember correctly, it says bring hope, but I'll check my math. I mean, to be fair, I translated it at the very beginning of this Let's Play. I could be misremembering. Give me just a moment. I'll cut this out. I was correct. Do you have the answer, Oliver? I don't know if they want the space in there or not, but I'm gonna put it in. That is correct. Our most deeply held desire was that the people of Nazca would never lose hope. the hope of a brighter tomorrow. But what befell the realm after the Wizard King's untimely demise put paid to such wishes. The Council of 12 devoted themselves solely to personal gain and thought nothing of the plight of the people. If only I had done more. What do you mean, Horace? I said that I would tell you the truth, did I not? There's something I must confess to you. Something I did. An act for which I can never forgive myself. Come to the ivory tower, to the chamber where the council sat. There, I shall tell you everything. Until then, Oliver. Well then, off to the ivory tower, I guess. Oh man, what a walk to get up here. You're lucky, Horace. You don't have to worry about walking. You just sort of float through all the floors, I'm sure. I mean, you are a ghost. That's what I'd do if I was a ghost. Man, I don't got time to walk through these halls. I'm just gonna go straight through the floor until I eventually get to where I need to be. I've been waiting for you, Oliver. Shall we continue our tale? Long before I ever became known as the Sage of Ages, I fought in the Wizard Wars alongside my teacher, the Wizard King. I often think of those days. How long has it been since I was last here, I wonder? Blimey, Horace! You're saying you've been to this gaff before, like? Indeed I have. In the years after the Wizard Wars, I occupied the 10th seat on the council, taking the zodiacal title of Gallus. Oh! Huh. So, it's not a name, Gallus. It's a title. And the wand Astra pretended to be the zodiarch of that title. Okay, sure. Gallus? But isn't that, you know, him? Ah, yes. The Wizard King's ruse. Even in death, he strove to protect his daughter. That was later, of course, after my seat had become vacant. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. When I sat on the council, to my undying shame, I failed to notice that the plotting of my fellow counselors. I who thought myself so wise. They disposed of the Wizard King and his 3 servants, then turned their attention to any who might stand in their way. And they considered me an obstacle to their complete domination of the kingdom. Sensing the grave danger I was in, I fled Nazca, and intended to bide my time, to rally forces loyal to the crown, and return to exact my revenge on the council. But the choice I made was wrong. I should have remained at the Queen's side. But you couldn't, could you? The runners in the council were gunning for you, man! It is a risk I should have taken. By leaving, I sealed the fate of the entire kingdom. Allow me to explain. In addition to my duties as the Zodiarch, I had been charged with educating Queen Cassiopeia on the ways of magic. I took it upon myself to create a compendium of spells and arcane knowledge which I presented to the young queen. A compendium? You mean like a spell book? You mean... I rather think you know what I mean. But allow me to ask you the question, for old time's sake. What was the name of that book? I don't think I need the. The Wizard's Companion. Yes, you were quite right. I wrote The Wizard's Companion to aid Cassiopeia in her magical education. But little did I know that this book would lead directly to the disaster that befell Nazca. But I don't see mana in there anywhere. You can't be flippin' serious! How could the Wizard's Companion led to Nazca's destruction? What the heck are you on about, Mun? In my desire to create a tome fit for a queen, I included all manner of arcane magic, including the forbidden spell. But I failed to include detailed notes on the rights and wrongs of using such a potent incantations. Oh wait! Maybe Cassiopeia used ashes of resurrection in an attempt to bring her father back to life. Even though it mentioned that it has a massive backlash effect that's possible if you do it wrong. Even if you do it right, there's still a heavy price that needs to be paid. And in her haste, when trying to resurrect her father, that caused the mana to fall. And then she just had mana as a spell after which. I mean, it's a theory at this point, but it makes some sort of sense. And I fled the kingdom before I could teach Queen Cassiopeia of the perils of the forbidden spell. I was so busy brooding on what manner of revenge I would exact on the council that I failed in my duty to care to the queen. That is how she arrived at her fateful decision. That is why she did not know the true power of mana. But it's my fault that Nazca fell, and that Queen Cassiopeia was transformed into the White Witch. How could I ever make amends for what I did? It was unforgivable. Reduced to a spirit, doomed to roam the world for all eternity. How could I ever save that poor girl from her fate? That is why I must humbly ask you to right my wrong, to save the queen. You are the only one who can, Oliver. Don't worry, Horace. We'll save Queen Cassiopeia. We'll save the whole world. You'll see. You have my thanks. And I have some alchemical formulae for you. Formulae that I neglected to include in the Wizard Companion. Oh? I pray that they will aid you on your quest. You received some new alchemy formulae. Go to the cauldron and try them out. Now, for my final contribution to your cause, please accept this. A mirror of truth. Huh. Thank you, Horace. Queen Cassiopeia waits within. I wish you luck, Oliver. The pure-hearted one. The savior of our world. Don't worry, Horace. We'll tackle that, but we got other stuff to do, unfortunately. And we're running pretty low on time, but first let's take a look at what we just got. Is it a special item, the magic mirror? Indeed it is. A magic mirror said to contain great truth. No reflection appears when one gazes into it. So we're not true? Is that what I'm supposed to be gathering from that? Well, let's check out that formula, too. I doubt it's anything in here, so we're just gonna move on from that. Is it a weapon? Oh! Bard's Harp. A harp passed down through generations of comedians. Its sound is sure to bring a smile to your face. Blossom of the Bard. I need kaleidostones and star pearls. Oh, Jesus. Okay, it's gonna be a slog to fight for that. Master Thief Magnum. The Riddle Rivet. I need scrolls of truth. Oh, jeez. Right stones are easy. A gun that's shrouded in mystery. Indeed, there's some debate as to whether it exists at all. Well, we need to make it do that. The Sky Tree Wand. The Old Stick and the Mirror of Truth. A holy wand carved from the branch of an ancient tree whose flowers bloom in 3 different colors. I can just make that now. At least this one's easy to make. Well, let's end the episode with making a Sky Tree Wand. And I think it's stronger than even Astra. Yeah, it's significant. Well, it's significantly physically stronger than Astra. Let's see. Is it worth it? I go down 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to go up to 88 from 54. Let's do the calculator real quick, because there's something poetic about this that I'll get to in a moment. I want to be sure that it does technically have more stat points. Okay, I gained 34 for a loss of 13. That's worth it. A holy wand carved from the branch of an ancient tree whose flowers bloom in 3 different colors. I wanted to equip this to Oliver, even though it's technically going to decrease his magical attack, which is his bread and butter. He's not going to actually smack people with it. I wanted to give it to Oliver, because this is now Oliver's wand. His own wand. Every other wand he's gotten has been a hand-me-down. The very first one we got, the old stick, was P's first wand. Mornstar was the Wizard King's offhand wand. Astra was his main hand wand. This is the first wand that Oliver truly has. He's taken the hand-me-down wand that he has, the Mirror of Truth that was just given to, combined them together to create something new and his own. That's why I want to give Oliver the Skytree wand. Is it a bad decision stat-wise? I mean, technically it's got more stat points, so I can reason that this is stronger than Astra. Even though it's not buffing the stats better for Oliver. But maybe I'm just a romantic or something. I feel like it's better to give him the Skytree wand. But with all that said and done, we're going to end this episode here. Off screen, maybe I'll get the things to get the Bard Harp and the super-de-duper gun for Swain. But we're going to end this bonus episode here. Next one, we're going to, well, I guess start the conductor's stuff. Or we'll watch the movies, actually. I'll probably do that off screen to get all those together. See you guys then.